Welcome back. It's the third game in our three-game spread today in the HART Sapphire series for 2021. My name's Dave Mills, joined in commentary by former Jets super shooter, one of the Triple Bs, Lucinda Benjamin. Today's game, Bond University Bull Sharks taking on the Northern Rays here at Nissan Arena. What are your thoughts on this one?
I'm really looking forward to this game. I think there's been a few uneven matchups for both of these teams in the last few weeks, and I think that this will be a really good game for either one or both of them, I guess, to show what they've got and show what they can do out on court.
Indeed. Earlier today we had a couple of games already. The Thunder didn't get the biscuits against the USQ Jets. They took that one by 7, and the Cougars 23 goal winners over the Wildcats. There's the teams already. The Sharks are up. We've been handed the team list, so we'll start with the Sharks first, and that is Casey Collins there. Mackenzie Jordan is the goal attack. Riley Burns the wing attack. Maddie Ridley moves into the centre. Ava Black, the medalist from last year, is the wing defender. Shanae Grant, playing her 50th game, is the captain, and she's at goal defence. Ashley Irvin, the youngster, has come through. She's at goalkeeper. Making her debut is Elsa Sandlot. She's in the Queensland 17. She's a young player. She's making her debut tonight. Tiani Fennell, who's been sensational so far this tournament, and Emily Gilbert make up the bench. Coached by Linda Peterson, and Beck Fullman is the assistant, and Deb Cairns is the manager. There's the Mendi Rays, Northern Mendi Rays from North Queensland. Rebecca Rounds, shooter. Lucabella Arin is the goal attack. Miran Mokri, the wing attack. Jordan Nadamu is the centre. Eden Cassidy, the wing defence. Courtney Elliott is the goal defence and captain. Chloe Cooper is the goalkeeper. That leaves a bench of Chantel Tikatow, Tiana Bloomfield, also making her debut tonight, and Claudia Philp is the goal defence. Coaching team up there today, it's Tracy Bruce. The assistants are Angela Cooper and Kelly Hines, and the manager is Vicky Scott. So the umpires for this one is Claire Johnson, Buddy Nuku, and Di Fawcett is the reserve. So this is 7th versus 8th. They're both 0-3. Last time these two teams met, Lucy, was way back in September 2019, and the Bull Sharks won that one 73-36. The Bull Sharks went on to make the semis that year. Head-to-head, the Bull Sharks 2-0. Last week, the Bull Sharks took it to the Thunder. They only lost that one by 14, 50-36.
It's a low-scoring game as well.
And the Tigers and the Rays lost that one last week by a fair margin to... they were down here.
Yeah.
So thoughts on this one? You got margins or anything like that?
I don't know. It's you look back to 2019 and you can easily say that both of these teams are very different teams, so you can't really judge any matchup off that. I think the Rays will probably be wanting to prove themselves out here today. They won't want to walk away and fly back home to Townsville with yet another loss, but the Bull Sharks will also be looking for their first win of the season.
So with under a minute away, this match, before we get underway, we'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which this great game is taking place, the Turrbal and Jagera people, and pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging, and extend that respect to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people watching here today. So everything's in readiness. The umpires are there with the ball. Again, this is 7th versus 8th, so the winner of this will get themselves away from the bottom of the ladder. And it's going to be the Bull Sharks to get us underway. And Ava Black burns down the court. Pretty young side, this one, but a lot of talent there.
I feel like this Bull Sharks side is, the future of Gold Coast netball. They'll be around for a long time, and possibly Queensland netball as well.
They're about 3 or 4 years between, being red hot.
Well, yeah, definitely. And there's so much talent there, and a lot of these players are in those underage teams already. That's a great turnover there to the Mendi Rays. Great pressure in that circle. Just couldn't let the Bull Sharks have an easy entry.
So the ball back with them now, and they're underway. And the captain there, Elliott, gets it back now, looks in. They're looking for Rebecca Rounds, their shooter. Can't find her. They fire it long, but Irvin plucks that one out of the air very stealthily. And here comes the ball neck down. And Ava Black, this is her first start of the year, if my memory serves me correctly. She's been coming off the bench most games. She's played all 3 mid-court spots. And she has speed to burn, Lucy. Oh,
doesn't she? And she's super fit. So it says something about the change in team here in the Bull Sharks and the depth that they've got in that defensive line and that mid-court, in that they're not starting her.
Indeed. So Collins gets the first. The Bull Sharks lead it by 1. We've played 90 seconds in this They're calling it the battle of the ocean floor. It's the Bull Sharks versus the Rays.
No, but if there was a Ray and a Bull Shark, who do you reckon would win?
Oh, the Bull Shark.
Yeah.
Yeah, just eat it.
Yeah.
So, the pace there by Ava Black, relishing that start. Finds Burns and Ridley, who has been playing defensively this campaign thus far. Ooh, Mackenzie Jordan floats it up. Fires a shot off there to Collins. And it's 2-0 early stages, the Bull Sharks.
Great control there from the Bull Sharks. They're being really smart. They're looking at their options. They're not forcing any balls that they don't need to. And that was an excellent baseline drive there from Jordan. And great eyes from Riley Byrne to deliver it straight into her.
The baseline drive there, a la Lucinda Benjamin from last year at the Jets. You saw your Jets won today. They won by 7.
I was very impressed. I was a bit upset I couldn't watch the game, but I think I'll go and have a look at it tomorrow. It would have been a cracker match.
And Rounds gets a first for the Rays. It's 3-1. And yeah, we had it on in the background while we were commentating. It looked like an absolute belter. A couple of injuries to different players, which we'll have to look into for you. And Collins with it now. Steps in. You can't miss Collins with that hair.
No.
4-1.
No, she's very strong in there as well, and she will need to be because Elliott and Cooper in that circle are pretty physical and pretty tight on.
So the ball back with the Rays now. Rounds wants it. Wants it again. They're not finding her. She's getting double teamed at the moment, and then they force it in, but can't be pulled in by Grant, playing her 50th game. That's a great effort at this level.
The height of Irvin and Grant in that circle is incredibly tough to get around. And if you're getting double teamed, you can't expect your centre court to deliver it into you. It's just impossible to deliver that.
Should they be playing a short game, rolling it, bounce passing it in?
Yeah, either that or probably getting on the roll in that last-minute movement, because they're forcing, if you can see the way that they're playing now, they're forcing their way into that front space because they know that they can beat Rebecca Rounds on that ball. So she needs to probably roll out and actually find the side space or the front space.
So the missed shot results in a turnover, and great transition play here by the Bull Sharks. It falls to Collins now. She'll take the shot and score. And it's 5-1, a nice fast start. We've only played 4, and the Sharks are away. And is this what you expected, Lucy Benjamin?
Oh, I expected the Rays to give them a bit more fight, but it's early days yet. I wouldn't be surprised if they're just settling in. You know, they would have... Speaking of, amazing intercept there from Cassidy.
So, just like her elder sister, she does brilliantly. So, Cassidy with the ball now. And they just struggle to get it in at the moment. They're really getting caught across this transverse. So Black working her wing attack very hard. Oh,
Rounds
Irvin.
just needs to hold that space a little bit more. She's actually creating great space on that hold. Now you can see the camera's off them now, but I think Luca Bello-Rin is telling her that right now. She just needs to hold it that 2 second longer and they'll be able to give it to her.
So Burns with it, fires it into Mackenzie Jordan. Sorry, that's correct. I always get that name mixed up. Jordan Mackenzie Jordan. She scores her second, and it's 6-1. So we'll have some shooting stats for you at the quarter time. Stepping in the circle. That's a bit of a coach killer, that one. So ball back with Burns now. Fires in. They're playing a very up-tempo game here, the young Bull Shark side. So Ridley with it. Jordan will get the shot. Chooses to pass off, and brilliant defence there from Elliott. All the way from New Zealand. The captain. So Burns with it, doesn't go long, has to go back. Oh, loose ball here. Falls with Black. Black and Burns.
They need a little bit more direct play. They're kind of running a bit flat and away from the ball, the Bull Sharks. They're not. It makes it quite hard to deliver that, and the hands are getting in there from defenders all over the place.
So Jordan will pop to the top. She does. It's a standard move by her. She shoots and misses, but gets her own. No, she doesn't get her own rebound. In fact, contacts. And the ball back with the Rays through Cooper. And again, struggling. They're playing a bit of a zone defense, and Ava Black had a crack at that.
Great strong hands there from Cassidy to see. She would have seen Black coming out of the corner of her eye and just went strong up for that ball, pulled it in and played on.
Is it just me, but Black really seems like she's got a point to prove, having not started many matches this season. They go long, Burns with it, fires it in. Oh, Cassidy called for the push-off perhaps.
Yeah, it looks like that contact call.
So unfortunate.
That's one thing you can get, that Cooper is playing that hard body on defensive game, and it's easy to fall into that, putting that elbow in and giving a shove off when they're really on top of you. So it's good of the umpires to pick that up.
So
Bellerin finishes off for the Rays there.
Rin gets the second. It's 6-2. We've played 7. And we've got an obstruction call here across the transverse. Indeed it is. On the centre, which is Nadamu. They fire. Oh, loose pass there. Not even the height of Collins can pull that one in. Not even the height of Lucy Benjamin can pull that one in.
No, God, I'm soft these days as well. Couldn't pull anything in.
Let's talk. Are you missing netball?
Honestly, no. I've had that question a lot. But I'm really enjoying footy. It's such a great change.
When you say footy, you mean AFLW?
Oh, not AFLW. No, I'm definitely not playing AFLW. I'm playing State League AFL.
Oh, so
here in Queensland.
AFLWQ or something, is it?
Quaffle, we call it. Yes,
quaffle. Okay, a bit of quaffle.
And the team's awesome. Coach is awesome. Really enjoying the vibe.
Which club you with?
UQ.
UQ.
Yeah.
So Rounds gets that one. Cuts the margin in half. It's 6-3. So, and this will be a chance for 2 in a row. They find, loose hands, unfortunately, falls to Ridley. Little replay there, missed by the umpire. We're playing on. Irvin with it now. And the 50-gamer gets them back into attack. Ridley with it. Oh, Collins does well.
Great strength in the air there from Collins.
And she
finishes
scores
it off.
7-3. It's the Bull Sharks centre now. And just like in the ocean, the Sharks are beating the Rays at the moment.
They are.
So Rin just taps that one out to slow the play down.
The Rays really aren't, letting the Bull Sharks. The score isn't representative of the effort that the Rays are putting in. Like, they're really fighting. They're getting a number of turnovers. They've just been unlucky and unable to convert so far. That was a great hold there from Beck Rounds, but unfortunately the delivery of the ball just didn't go into the space that she needed it.
So Irvin doesn't mind pulling those high ones in. So, as bodies go crashing to the floor. 3 of them are down out of the 4. Oh, we're going to call for the sponge. Here comes the sponge to clean up the sweat. I only ask about if you miss a netball because we've had some retirees, like big announcements. Chanel Dye retired.
Yeah.
Lasted a week. After round 1, she's back.
Oh, I know. She's
Rosie
actually,
Baker. No,
well,
she's
playing at my... Chanel Dyer is playing at UQ as well.
Exactly.
So, she couldn't
Rosie
resist.
Baker. No, I'm definitely finishing my... I'm not playing netball, Millsy, she says, and she lasted 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting to see you out there before season's end.
No, I have had a few queries as to whether I could fill in. Unfortunately, it's more that I've just been unable to fill in.
So what you're saying is if you're available, you would have.
I probably would have, yeah.
There you go. So the retirement in netball is rubbish. So don't believe what you read in the press. So back with the Rays now. They pulled that one down on the missed shot.
You can just tell from their game that there are a number of girls from all over the place. They don't train together as regularly as the Southeast Queensland-based clubs because they're just not gelling as well together in attack as Bull Sharks are. They just don't read each other or deliver the ball as smoothly as a team that trains together multiple times a week would.
That is true, as we see a step there from Burns, and that gets the ball back to the Rays. Looking in, hands up. Yeah, my understanding is there's a bunch of them live in Cairns, there's a bunch of them live in Townsville, and Vicky, as their sort of head coach, goes a week on, week off. So 1 week she's in Cairns, 1 week she's in Townsville.
And then there's a couple of
and
girls
a few in
Brisbane as well, exactly. And, so they're just kind of, they have a program and they all train very similarly, but, nothing can replace actual training with your team, obviously.
Don't forget, you can join us on the HART Sapphire Series Facebook page. You can ask any questions. You can have a chat. One of the superstars of this competition, Lucy Benjamin, is with me on commentary, so ask her anything you want. 9-4 in favour of the Bull Sharks. Are you coming to see the Firebirds play tomorrow, Lucy?
No, it's Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, not bringing mum. Bring mums it. We've got discounts and everything.
Unfortunately, mums are not the greatest netball fans, so I think my retirement last year was one of the happiest moments of her life. So I think she'd appreciate Firebirds tickets on Mother's
Mum,
Day.
you got your 2 Firebirds tickets to Thunderbirds and Firebirds.
She'd probably give them away, to be honest.
So, don't forget, you can do it though. Get on the Firebirds website, type in the code HSS2021 2021, and you'll get a discount on tickets. And if you get here early at 20 to 12, we've got a big match, the Courier Mail match of the round, which is Tigers taking on the QUT Netball Club. And if you can't get here live, you get on the Courier Mail Facebook Courier Mail platform and log in and pay a small subscription, and you can watch that match live as well. Otherwise, you've got to wait 72 hours. So the
Rays, sorry,
you go.
I was going to say the Rays really are making it really tough for the Bull Sharks to get any easy goals here. They've gone in and out of the circle and in and out of court a few times.
So the back three of Cassidy, Elliott and Cooper doing a top job.
They're doing excellent. I think Cooper's been playing for this team for a number of years. I know she played back in 2019, and I believe she played for Steel Cats or one of those teams when there was a North Queensland team earlier on in the competition as well. And Elliott's obviously very experienced and has come over from New Zealand.
So indeed she is. Eventually it falls to Collins, and she scores again. That's the 10th double-figure time for the Sharks, 10-4. You're right, the scoreline doesn't reflect the difference. It's been a lot closer than 6. So Burns goes through tightly there, wasn't much room. And eventually they have to go back to black. And ring called for the contact.
Great defensive effort there from Bella. She, she's been playing with the Jets Ruby team the last couple of years, and her game has improved massively in those last few years. And so it's really good for her to get a bit of experience at this Sapphire level. And she's stepping up. She's working hard.
So Jordan passes it in to Collins, who gets the 11th. They just need to finish the quarter here, the Rays, or this one might get away from them. They need to finish strong. They've been pretty good in some of the games so far, but
great read there by Irvin. Oh, it was an excellent read, a really great take from her. Obviously a little bit off balance and grounded that extra foot, but awesome effort there for her.
So the ball with Rounds. Now both players out. Opportunity here to get the goal. Misses, can't get her own rebound. It falls to Grant. Grant to Irvin, round the post beautifully. Black running like she's in the 100-metre final at the Olympics. And it just goes out.
A few too many wheat bix on that pass. It was a little bit too big for Grant.
So ball back with the Rays now, 1:19 to play. They're looking to eat in this margin.
Another big ball there from Cassidy to Elliott. Goes out of the court. I think everyone's getting to the end of that quarter. Everyone's a little bit fatigued. It's turning a little bit scrappy here. We just need one team to settle and play smart.
So intercept here. Falls to Nadamu. Bit of a hand in there. They go long. Still got a whole minute to score. Contact call here on Ridley. It's just a bit rushed at the moment. Just be calm.
And very crowded in that circle. You know, Bella Rynn and Beck Rounds are kind of getting on top of each other a bit when they've got the whole circle to use. Great hold there from Collins. That's really great space that she created and great strength in the air to pull it in and finish it off.
So 12-4. The last couple of minutes belong to the Bull Sharks. They're pulling away with it now. They lead by 8. They're centre now, and there's 30 seconds to go. Burns fires it in. It's with Ridley. Oh, Ridley can't connect, but brilliant save there by Burns. It falls the way of the Rays, though.
It does. That was a really great effort from Riley Burns, but also equally well read there by Cooper.
So we're inside the last 10 seconds. It falls to Burns. She fires it now to Jordan. She goes long and hits the back wall on the full. Playing a long pass there. It was more of a pass of hope.
Yeah,
so
throw and pray.
12-4. It's been a pretty solid start by the Bull Sharks. The Rays have been giving it their all, Lucy Benjamin.
They have, and you got to give it to the Rays on that. This scoreline, as I said, doesn't reflect the effort and the work that they're putting in. They're really going at everything, and they're not letting the Bull Sharks have any easy goals or any easy passages down the court, for that matter.
So put your coach's hat on. Yeah, the Rays, they're run by Tracy Bruce today. She's stepping in for Vicky, who's got something important on. I don't know, something to do with lightning or something. Suncorp Super Netball, I don't know. So, so she's stepping in, Tracy Bruce. What would you be saying if you were Tracy Bruce?
They just need to settle it down in their attack end. They're getting the ball. They're getting those turnovers in defence. They really just need to make the Sharks pay for it. Unfortunately, they're throwing balls away and they're really lateral in their movement, so they're not getting any really injecting attacking play down into their front circle.
Today's shooting stats brought to you by my statistician, Tamika.
Look at that.
I know, how good is this?
No,
We're just
amazing.
stepping up. So Collins is at 9 from 9, so she's been very impressive. Mackenzie Jordan is a 3 out of 5, so what's that, 12 out of 14? That's a pretty good effort, and probably a greater volume of shots than what they've had in previous weeks. Rebecca Rounds is 3 from 4 at 75, and Rin, she's just 1 from 3. That makes up 4 of 7 for the Mendi Rays. So volume of shots down for the Rays and percentage a little bit down, but pretty impressive by Collins, yeah?
Yeah, she's really strong in that circle, and as I said, the combination of Cooper and Elliott is no easy defensive combination to get through, and they've proven that with a number of turnovers. But Cooper's standing her ground, she's pulling in balls strong, and she's finishing off well when she gets the opportunity.
Indeed she is. So Rounds has been the real focal point for the team, but then they change later in the game. They brought Tikatow on, they've gone to a very moving circle.
Which I think in this, against a team like Bull Sharks, would actually be really beneficial. I think both Grant and Irvin are really strong on a holding shooter. They've got the height, they've got the long arms. I think, to get their eyes down and their heads swinging might actually benefit the Rays a lot.
So don't forget, tomorrow the Firebirds play. They're playing at 3, and if you go to their website, firebirds.com.au, you'll be able to pick up your ticket there, and it comes with a complimentary ticket to our match of the round, which is the Tigers taking on the QUT side. That should be a good match. Paula Stewart, the coach of QUT, has been at both. Yeah, have been at both clubs. So earlier today, the Wildcats and the Cougars played, and that was the Wildcats 59 to the Cougars 34. And up at Caloundra, the very first match.
Wildcats 34 to Cougars.
Did I say?
Yeah, you said that.
Well, Cougars won that one 59-34. Well done. And the Thunder and the Jets played, and the Jets away from home 52-45. They had to travel all the way to Caloundra, which is quite a task. So back with the Rays now. They get us underway for the second quarter. So Rounds still out there, so they've stuck with this holding shooter as opposed to the moving circle at this stage. And
Bella Rin really strong off that centre pass, came out early, delivered off and drove down the court to receive again in the circle. And that's the exact movement that we need to see from the Rays if they are going to try and pull in this lead from the Bull Sharks. When they get those turnovers, they've got to really inject it and run hard in that attack line.
So
Great tip there. Speak of the devil, Elliott gets an excellent turnover.
Ridley tried the bounce pass. Ridley read it. And like the proverbial Dr. Seuss, she gets it going again.
We've seen a change in wing defence for the Rays. Is that Claudia Philp? I'm not sure.
Well, let's have a look. Wing defence for the Rays is Claudia Philp. That is correct. Of course, the Rays don't have names on their shirts.
Not helpful.
Which is not ideal. But at least give us a number.
Bella Rin finishes off that shot really, really nicely. So that's the first 2 goals of this term to the Rays. We've also seen Eden Cassidy move into centre, which is probably where she's a bit more comfortable, where she's historically played as more of an attacking mid-court role. And
that leaves Cassidy. She played a lot of there in the last 2 games at centre. And a contact call here on the outside on Adamu. They just can't find anyone. It's on now, but they have to go back outside. And Cassidy cops one from Ridley for her troubles. Again, see, they're struggling to meet it. And there's the hell ball.
Yeah.
Exactly what you've been saying.
They're just very stagnant, and you can't get around the arms of her. The few games that I've watched Irvin play, she's new to the competition this year, or at least to the Sapphire Series this year. That she is incredible in the length of her arms and her read of the ball.
So Cassidy picks up the scraps eventually. Would you go, like, Rounds, would she be better off setting a screen and trying to get the goal attack to come in?
She's setting up really high, or at least she could set up higher and actually create that space. Where she is now is too deep for them to deliver the ball. But both defenders are being drawn to her, so she could easily pull them out of the space and let Bella Rin run that circle.
So, speaking of Bella Rin, she misses that shot here. It doesn't fall away of the Rays, so Bull Sharks with the baseline, the goal line throw in. And they get it to the captain and 50 gamer, Ridley's falling out of court. Madamu picks it up, and the ball back with the Rays. So 12-6. And that one is out on the full. So a little bit scrappy at the moment, Lucy Benjamin.
Yeah, and one of those unforced errors as well. Like Nadamu was undefended then. It was no need to throw that kind of a pass. She could have been a lot smarter in that delivery, but I guess it's the pressure and it's that decision making under pressure that is really letting the Rays down at the moment.
Indeed. So the ball now in the offensive end of the Bull Sharks. So we need a goal. Oh, that's got to hurt.
We've seen a change in
shooter
as well there.
And that would be the youngster, Elsa Sandholt, getting her first goal there. So that's pretty exciting, isn't it? Do you remember your first goal, Lucy Benjamin?
You know what? I don't think I do.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a big build-up for nothing.
No.
We're going to go through the script before we.
Yeah, we need to plan these things before we bring those. Don't ask me any in-depth memories, because I think my brain cells are so damaged. Oh, that was really excellent work. Sorry, I shouldn't talk about myself when there's a great game going on. Great work from Eden Cassidy. Got the ball to the edge of the circle, opened her vision up, and saw Luca Bellerin driving that baseline really, really well.
Indeed, and the ball with the Rays now are looking into the circle. They find Rounds. She's working hard.
Again, that circle just getting a bit stagnant. They're not... Luca... Great shot from Bellerin then.
Amy Somerville had snow on it, so that was quite the high shot.
I remember Bellerin coming through junior teams at West, doing clinics and so with her at Western Districts. And, she's always had a beautiful shot from when she was probably at 13, 14 years old.
My understanding is she's still there now. She's one of the Brisbane-based players and playing in the now called the GBNL competition.
Yes.
So, and playing up here for the Townsville side. So, good hands there from the Shanae Grant.
It's one of those opportunities you probably need to fake that ball. You know, Shanae had eyes on that, and Irvin was already on Rebecca Rounds' body. They probably needed to fake that ball to Beck, and Bellerin was alone on the baseline.
With 9:50 to play, it's 4-2 in favour of the Rays this quarter. They had their first quarter ever in the first game against Wildcats. They'd love to win another one. Oof. You cannot express how hard it is for this team that has to travel a lot.
Yeah, it's, each of the Southeast Queensland-based teams, has a bit of a complaint that once a year effort where they have to travel, but these guys are doing it every other week. So.
It's a bit unfair, but yes,
it is what it is.
I used to complain when I was at Lions having to go to Townsville.
Oh, yeah. It's a great opportunity. It's awesome to have them back into competition and to give these guys exposure to this level of netball is something that...
I think it's fantastic. They're getting great corporate support up there. You watch their games from home, and they've always got lots of corporate support. They've got corporate boxes and all sorts of things. A lot of money getting thrown into the club.
And I think in regional sports, community sport is such a massive draw card for sponsorship, and it's it's just awesome to have these girls playing, and great exposure for them, and exposure for your under 19s, under 17s, and other coaches.
So 14-9, it's quarters belonging to the Rays at the moment. So, and they get this one again. They can eat into this lead a little bit more, and away go the Rays. This is exciting stuff we're seeing from them right now. They are digging deep, Lucy Benjamin.
They are, and they're really settling down their attacking play as well. It got a bit scrappy. There was that middle patch of 2 or 3 minutes back there where it just got a bit hairy. Oh, that is a lovely ball from Bellerin into Beck Rounds. Great patience from Rounds as well to hold that space for that ball delivery.
Pinch me, Lucy Benjamin. The margin is 4. It's 14-10. The ball with the Rays. If they score here, we have got a thriller in Manila. And, a long pass. Beautifully done. Oh, thought Irving was going to pluck that one out of the air. Good courage shown there by Rin.
Great job protecting that space. Nice smarts to pass off to Rounds and get a nice easy goal in.
3-goal margin, Lucy.
The Rays are bringing it back in, and I think the last few games they probably haven't had a sniff, but in this game they've got a sniff, and I think once they've got one, they'll go for the throat, so to speak.
There's a sting in their tail.
There is. Watch out, Steve Owen.
See what See what I did there? So, but yeah, she took it that little bit further.
Why not?
Jordan misses the shot, and the ball, I thought that came off the Bull Sharks last. It didn't. So the ball with Jordan again. She has an opportunity here to, but they turn it over. It's a chance for 5 in a row in favour of the Rays.
I think Sharks have they're obviously giving Sandholt a bit of a crack here, and they're letting us try and settle in, but they are missing that composure of Collins in that front line.
Sandholt, of course, is in the 17 Queensland squad at the moment, so she's got some ability. She's
very tall, obviously, and has a great bit of skill and has been exposed to a bit of training, but, you know, nothing can beat experience, I guess, and it's awesome for her to be out on court and to get that experience.
Indeed it is.
That was lovely movement from her, great read of the space and great box out of those defenders.
And she gets another one. It's margin back to 4. It was 12-4 at quarter time. The margin was 8. So they're winning this one by 4, the Bull Sharks. And a couple more goals. Oh, we've got a stepping call or a footwork call.
Oh, no, I think it was foot out of court.
Foot
there
out
you
of
go.
Court. That's worse. So.
But those things kind of happen when you can see it. You can see it on the camera. They're stuck in that little corner of the court, and it's very crowded, and that's essentially where the turnovers are happening for. Eden Cassidy just pounces on that ball, and I don't think Riley Burns was expecting her.
She was. Oh, another loose hands here from the Rays. Unfortunate. They really want to keep this margin at 4. And looks like there's been a change. Emily Gilbert's come on at goal defence for the Bull Sharks. She's barking a few orders from the backcourt as well. So back with the Rays now. They're doing well defensively. They just need to convert one of these. So this is a great fight by Lucy.
This is really nice to see. And again, as much as you want Shanae Grant to have a win on her 50th game, and the Bull Sharks have had some really nice passages of play, you also want to reward the Rays on their long trip down and their tenacity that they've shown through this competition.
So Ridley got it back for him, and then again they can't connect in that shooting circle. So back with the Rays, and here they go in transition. They're playing a zone, looks like a zone in the mid-third. This is where Ava Black goes hunting, and that incredible speed she possesses.
Great vision there to get some depth on that ball to Eden Cassidy, and a swing to open up the circle.
Nadamu throws it in. Rounds does well, just inside. Shoots and scores. We're back to 3. It's 15-12. Rounds with the goal. We got 4:40 to play. Here come the Rays, Lucy.
I think they're coming home nice and strong now. That every ball they're having a crack at. There was a nice option there from Mackenzie Jordan. Dishes it off.
So Bull Sharks get one back.
Much more patient on that centre pass. Weren't throwing balls away like they have the last couple.
We've got a break, and it's still with the Rays. It's in the mid-third. The captain takes it. So is there a smaller mid pairing than the Rays at the moment?
I doubt it.
2 of the tiniest players on the court, but geez, they can run.
Oh, and I find it harder to defend a smaller player as well, because you lose them.
They're annoying.
Yes.
Just grow. Just grow. So a high shot there misses. It's 3:50 to play. It's still the Bull Sharks up by 4, but they're down by 4 in this quarter. The Rays looking at some competition points here. And they get another one back. Oh, there's an obstruction call, which is unfortunate because Nadamu was all over that one. Looks like there's been another change. Fennell's come on. She's been very impressive. She replaces Jordan. And a missed shot again. This time it falls back to the Rays. They just need to convert a couple of these, Lucy. They're getting plenty of turnover.
They're getting so much turnover. It's this little patch here, kind of just around that top of the circle and into their attacking third, that they get a little bit stagnant and a little bit crowded, and it's just far too easy for Irvin and Gilbert and Grant when she was on before to get hands on that ball. Oh, lovely vision there, but Rounds couldn't pull it in. Does it on the second time. Passes off to Rin, but again, those arms of Irvin are just in there. They're everywhere.
Irvin, we'll call her Magic after the great Irvin Johnson, and she just throws those arms out and grabs it. But then, speaking of throwing arms out, there's another one, and back at you, the Rays coming back again.
I feel like Cooper's such an underrated player. She just puts so much pressure on. She might not get 1,000,001 intercepts, but she forces so many sprayed balls and balls dropped over the sideline because she's so physical and so hard on her attack at the ball.
This is better patience here, Lucy Benjamin, but then again, they just threw it away.
Commentator's curse there.
Oh! And we've got time called here. We've got someone's out of play. We're going back to Luca Bella's out of play, so we get started again. 2:20 to play. They were leading it by 4, but down by 4 in the match. So Tiani Fennell's out there now. Oh, contact there. Ridley, she's tough as teak. And she shoots and scores, and there's another one now to the Bull Sharks. 17-12. They're winning by 5, but down by 3. Lucy Benjamin, will the Rays hang on and take some points here?
I think they can. I think this quarter is their quarter and they know it.
They need, one more, maybe 2 more goals?
And they'll cement it. That was far too easy a centre pass there. I think they were hunting out, looking for a little bit of a specky intercept and left them home alone in the circle.
So Fennell, this is an important centre pass. Need to score here. There's an obstruction call. This is good for the Rays.
Hopefully it'll settle them down.
Adamu finds Rin
Smart
on the
move
baseline.
there from
Rounds won't
Rounds.
shoot that. Goes to the pocket. It's tight in that area. And we've got a contact call on Ridley. Using the triangle. This is good. There it is. Oh, too slow on the feed.
Oof. And just a bit of a loose pass. It's going back and forth and swinging around.
There's some pressure on this one. She's going to shoot long. Round shoots. And, it doesn't get in there. Short pass. No, play on, says the umpire. There's a minute to play. Next centre pass belongs to the Bull Sharks. So they score here. They'll have a chance to tie the quarter. So Ridley with it, looks in, fires it across.
Pressure. The Rays don't want to let them have it. The Bull Sharks are fighting.
Ridley just battered it the wrong way. This could be enough, Lucy Benjamin.
The Rays will have another crack.
38 seconds.
Make this game a lot more exciting than it looked like being in the first quarter.
Contact here on Rounds. Rounds will have a chance to seal the quarter. Where do you want me, umpire, she says. Just here. Big breath. Steps in a little. And obstruction.
Yeah, great effort
it's
there.
That's
another coach killer there, giving away a second free shot. That's excellent work there from Rounds. And great work from Bellerin as well to just keep Gilbert working under that circle and milk another penalty out of it.
So Rays.
Rushing this centre pass.
Had a great take there from the youngster.
Holt able to finish it off.
That'll probably be the last play of the game. The half, sorry. So 19-13 is the halftime score. It was 12-4, so that's 9-7. So they win it by 2.
Okay,
that's
nice.
a great effort there by the Mendi Rays. So that gives them 2 competition points. So that's the second quarter they've won this year.
And you never know if they continue on this way. The game itself might swing a little bit. We don't know. It might get a bit closer. The Bull Sharks definitely need to look at what they're putting out on court there. You know, the first quarter they came out firing and were putting out some really nice, tidy play. That second quarter they just couldn't sort themselves out, and that first probably 6 or 7 minutes just absolutely ran away from them.
Excellent. Well, what will happen in the second quarter? Will the Rays come back? Will they have that sting in the tail that we keep talking about, or will there be a bit of bite from the Bull Sharks? We'll find out a lot more when we come back from these sponsors' messages.
Did you know that majority of netballers aren't wearing the appropriate shoes on court? Running shoes or generic trainers don't provide the grip and support for the quick, dynamic movements needed in a game. It's time to make the swap with Mizuno.
Have you experienced the all-new Victory Bar and Grill at Brothers East Club? Our modern open-air bar and grill is the perfect place, whether you're making a date with family and friends or planning your next event. Open for dinner Wednesday and Thursday, and all day Friday to Sunday. Try for yourself the always evolving menu or the 21 drinks on tap. Join us and relax in the Victory Bar and Grill at Brothers Leagues Club.
So welcome back to this second half in what has turned out to be an absolute classic between the Bull Sharks and the Mendi Rays, coming to you live from Nissan Arena for the 2021 HART Sapphire Series. The Rays, who have come down from Townsville today, they've taken on the Bull Sharks from the Gold Coast, and it's 19-13, but the Rays just won that quarter by 2, 9-7. We've got some shooting stats for you, and we'll start with the Bull Sharks. Collins is still sitting at 9 from 9. She didn't play that second quarter. Mackenzie Jordan was 3 of 6. Fennell came on, she's 2 from 2, and Sandlot, who the youngster is starting in the first game, is 5 from 6. For the Rays, Rebecca Rounds is 8 out of 10, and Rin is 5 out of 9, so that's their 13. So Tikatawa yet to take the court for the Rays. It's been an impressive effort by them. They've come down today and they've given it to the Bond University Bull Sharks, and this is 7th versus 8th, so whoever wins this one will probably leap the Tigers, I'd say, and get themselves into 6th place in the ladder. My name's Dave Mills. I'm joined in commentary by a super shooter from the Jets. Apparently she's retired, but I doubt that. Lucy
Just
Benjamin, welcome back. And what are your thoughts on the first half of netball there?
It's a game of, well, so far, a game of 2 quarters. Game of 2 quarters. Come on, mate. Don't try and finish my sentences for me. We're not that close.
We don't know each other that well. Hey, speaking of that, recently you got engaged. Congratulations.
Yes, I did. Thank you. Big surprise.
I know your fiancé, so good luck to you, Pete.
Yeah, he's had a few messages along those lines, and a few offering legal advice as well. So.
I've got a good lawyer. Anyway, we digress. So the Bull Sharks here, they came out of the blocks firing. They got into a 6-1 lead, and then but since then, it's been actually since the 6-1 lead, it's been 13-12.
Yeah, right. That's true. I think the Rays just obviously started slow and still struggled to, especially in that first quarter, really struggled to convert the turnovers that they did get. They were getting plenty of turnovers but weren't finishing them off. It took them a little while to settle in their attack end, but they definitely did that in that second quarter.
So, do you think it's a bit of jet lag? I know you think jet lag, you think you're going to London, but it is hard to travel on a day.
It's really hard.
What, 2 hour and 10 minute flight or something?
Well, we always had a rule at A&L, like you never travelled on the day that you play, because it just throws you. You're sitting down, you're up in air, your altitude changing. It's not a great place to be when you're the day you're playing.
Indeed. I'll just take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, HART Sports, a major sponsor. They've been with us 3 years. We hope they continue. Legassic Jewelers, Mizuno, Mount Franklin. They are our beverage provider. I know you're having a beverage right there, so Mount Franklin it is for us. Powerade Sports Drinks, Bondi Vitamins, and Strap It for the tape. And the pictures today are being brought to you by Gina and the team from Double Take Sport. They do a top job, and I'm happy to be working with them again this year. Don't forget, if you want to join us in commentary, as many people, HART Sapphire Series is the Facebook page. Tomorrow, we've got a big one. We've got the Firebirds. If you want to get a ticket to that, we're throwing it in a free HART Sapphire Series game. So go to the Firebirds website, you get a ticket, and that will include a ticket to the HART Sapphire Series, and that will be the Courier Mail match of the round. It's Tigers taking on the new franchise QUT Netball. QUT are sitting pretty. They're in third. They're 2-1. The Tigers yet to win one, but they drew their last start, so they're coming into a bit of form. So that should be a pretty good match. If you can't get here live, you've got to get on the Courier Mail platform. Have a look at that. They've got a big netball platform there, and you sign up for a membership, and you can watch that game live. So this should be a great second half of netball. The momentum pretty even at the moment. We've seen some changes. It looks like Ava Black's gone to centre for the Bull Sharks. Ridley to wing defence. So that's the big change there. Irvin gets a hand on that one. There's probably some other changes.
Also seen a change in goal shooter for with Tikatawa coming on into goal shooter for the Rays.
So this will give them a lot more movement. They'll take away their holding shooter. As a lovely shot there from Fennell. Didn't start today, which is surprising because I thought she's been excellent. Not to take anything away from Mackenzie Jordan, but Fennell has been really good the last couple of games. So she scored 2 out of 2 on the short time she was on there. Did the captain pick that one off? No, she didn't. She's been called for the contact. Interesting, Collins is staying off. You'd have to think that that might be an injury-related thing, and they're keeping the youngster out there.
I don't know. I saw her warming up earlier. I saw her jump up and jump on the bike and get warm again. So I'm not sure if they're just trying to let Sandholt find her feet. You know, the game's...
Possibly.
The game's not, lost, I guess, so far. So if they're still up, they've still got the win, then...
So Tikatawa gets her first. I like this combination. This is a good combo. It works well for this team. They scored 6 straight against the Jets with this combination out there, and that's a big thing. the Jets were throwing everything at them, but the Rays just answered it, just like Fennell did then. So she scores another one. It's 22-14. Margin is 8. So Rays, can you see him winning, Lucy Benjamin?
Oh, you know, I can. And maybe that's just my love of the underdog, you know. I think
Indeed.
you really want them to have a crack. And, you know, but having said that, Bull Sharks are a little bit of the underdog as well.
I know.
So
The Bull Sharks have been like the youth breeding ground almost, you know. Like
it's the players.
It's a factory down there.
Yeah, it is. It's something in the waters on the Gold Coast, and we probably shouldn't test them to find out what it is, but they're bringing in some excellent players.
What's that thing you're not supposed to take? But anyway, 23-14. It's a margin of 9, and so far it's been the Bull Sharks. They might have copped a bit of a revving at half time, I feel.
They're playing a different game. They're much more direct now. This
is kind of how they started, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, it's always, you never want to say that, but it's often each end, you know, you sometimes have a scoring end.
You're saying a scoring end?
Yeah,
Ooh,
maybe there's a scoring end. So we'll see next quarter, I guess.
Theorist,
yeah.
Lucy Benjamin. Send everything to lucy.benjamin.
It's the AFL coming out of me. You know, the wind's affecting the kicks. It's, you know, there's obviously the scoring end.
There's too much sweat at this end of the ground. So my socks aren't right. So.
That was lucky there. Ava Black looked like she was going to come through for an excellent intervention. And Irvin does that. The read and then the pick up from Irvin there was just excellent. Managed to keep the ball in.
She did a bit of a tango on the sideline, then throws a monster pass. Somehow it falls to Ava Black. And, Tiani Fennell has a shot swatted, but a little bit close there by Cooper. So, ball back with Fennell. Shoots and doesn't score, but the rebound is there. The youngster been very impressive. A little bit nervous at the start, dropped a few balls, but since then she's just settled beautifully.
She's really strengthened up in her hold. I think she was allowing Cooper to push her around a fair bit, but now she's starting to hold her ground and pull those balls in strong. The Sharks have pulled this out now, the lead to 11. Oh, and there's that push-off call. We've had a few of those down this end.
That's the shooting end, though, isn't it?
It is the shooting end, so I don't know. Maybe my conspiracy isn't what it's
grassy knoll here.
Be.
Nadami puts a bit too much heat on that one. The ball ends up in the corporate boxes, which will be full tomorrow for the Firebirds.
Unsurprisingly, with a new combination in that circle, and again a combination that probably doesn't train together too much, it will take them a few minutes to settle in and figure out where everyone's going and where they're setting up. And
so Black cops a little bit of a hit, probably in the back of her ankles there. She slowly come down, and now she's involved here. A little bit ginger on that right ankle. She's flexing it now as this very impressive 17-year-old scores another goal, and that is Elsa Sandholt.
Oh, again, just too much on that pass. Goes over the top of Tiki Tau. I guess they were probably used to the height of rounds in there, and they're delivering balls to her like they were to Beck, and she's not obviously that tall. Great opportunity here from the Rays, though. An error from the Sharks. We'll see the ball back in their possession.
So it's a bit like the first quarter. They got out to a 6-1 lead, the Bull Sharks. It's now 7-1 this quarter. And let's see if the Rays can fight back like they did after that slow start in the first quarter. Tikatau with it. She'll shoot that. Two-handed shot. Magnificent. So you don't see a two-handed shot that often.
No, but if it works for you, then don't change it.
Not criticising it, as we see a momentum shift there for Mizuno. And another turnover here. Here they come, those Rays. So, steps in, a bit of traffic there.
Oh, missed opportunity there. Tikitau had all the space in the world in that circle and just missed that. Missed the opportunity to drop it into her.
Indeed, it's a shame because they're on a bit of a roll. Ball now back with the Bull Sharks through Ridley.
Great work there from Ava Black. She's just got such speed to burn.
You can't coach height and you can't coach speed.
No.
And that girl's got plenty of that to burn. So don't play Tiggy with her. So 27-15. Isn't they got that professional?
Yeah, the tag or whatever.
Professional tag, yeah.
That looks insane.
There's your next winner.
There we go. Sign her up. Probably get paid to do that as well.
Oh, jeez. Do they have an old guys one?
Walking tag.
So, bung knee tag. So Ridley with it now. Goes long. Black hits the circle beautifully. And Fennell...
Lovely shot there from
Fast
Fennell.
becoming one of my favourite players is Tiani Fennell. So up there with the underrated McKeely Hawk.
Love McKeely.
You do indeed.
Yeah, good egg.
Yeah, good egg.
Yeah, the
Gilbert,
best.
Gilbert with it now. They have to go long. A bit stagnant at the moment. Fennell drives out well. Oh, the hold.
Great work there from Cooper. And at the end of the day, it's the height that lost it for her. And Sandholt's got plenty of height over her.
That was impressive. Straight over the top, Sandholt. Looks like we've got a timeout here. Timeout being called by, I'd say,
Mendi
the
Rays.
Townsville side.
Yes.
Tracy Bruce is on her feet fairly quickly, so I'd say they've called the timeout. We'll try and listen in. But it's all Bull Sharks in this third quarter.
Yeah, definitely. You know, after we gave the Rays such a rev up in that last quarter about their potential and how hard they fought, they've just come out this quarter and haven't been executing with the cleanliness that they did in that second quarter.
So we'll try and listen in now. Supercoach Bruce.
Last quarter, when we contested, we got the turnovers. Every single one of us have to lift now. All right? You can't just get back in there. You're going to be right? Yeah. So
Yeah, it looks like Tracy wants... Looks like Tracy wants them there to everyone to lift. I think she's looking for a big defensive effort. They've just let this one slip away a little bit in a match that they probably thought was winnable at half time. And it's basically 10-2 so far in this third quarter, and we've only played just on 7 minutes. So it's been a pretty good, impressive start by the Bull Sharks. Linda Peterson there looking pretty relaxed and pretty happy with the team at the moment.
But it's been a pretty a low-scoring game across the board, though, so far.
Indeed.
So this is probably the biggest scoring quarter we've seen.
So there's Ava Black on court. Fun fact, Tracy Bruce, my first ever serious netball coach. And we had her and Amanda Vandal. And
Oh,
we're
God,
group
what a
of
combo.
Absolutely. A group of men who didn't know a thing about netball. And we fluked two of the best coaches of all time to teach us the basics, and it was fantastic. So still doing stuff that she taught me back then.
We've seen a change here. Great read there from Irvin to pick that off.
So
We've seen a change. This must
Ticketow's
be
come off.
Bloomfield in at goal attack for the Rays. Is it?
Hopefully someone from Townsville's watching and can just confirm that for us. I feel that you're right. So the ball back with the Bull Sharks now. Next year, Rays, names on shirts.
Yes, please.
It would really help us out. Or numbers. We'll take numbers. So, and there's a shot here for Fennell. She's going to... passes off. And why wouldn't you when you got moves and height like that? And boom shakalaka. That's for Charlie Bell. She doesn't... She wanted me to say that. 30-15. They've doubled the score. It's been an impressive third quarter by the Bull Sharks. So this combination with Black in the centre with Burns at WA, burning the midcourt at the moment. Another great hold there, Lucy.
She's really found her groove now. She's settled in really nicely into this game, and her confidence is growing with every shot she takes. She's going to be an absolute danger to defend within this competition.
So speaking of super coaches, Tracy Jeans Fraser having a watch. She's just keeping an eye on this one.
She just misses the sound of my voice, I think.
Well, maybe mine for that very brief time. With the Bull Sharks now, there's lots of people watching. Many of the Queensland mixed team are watching at the moment. Renee Mellors and Sophie Jane, so they're all watching in, so enjoying this coverage. We appreciate you joining us, and it's good to see you enjoying this series.
Lovely work there from Cooper. Just a little bit of a misdelivery into the circle by Burns, and she read it really well and came out strong. We just need the Rays to
score some goals.
Score off this now.
They're getting plenty of turnover, particularly in that third quarter. They probably could have been leading at three-quarter time.
100%, but they're just, forcing balls like that into the hands of Irvin, and she's going to eat them up all day.
So Ticketow's back on at shooter. And a long ball in. Now we're having another swap. Looks like Ticketow's going to be replaced by Rounds. No, Rounds is going back to the bench. So margin is 16. Now Ticketow comes off and Rounds comes on. There's obviously a certain procedure that I don't know about.
You have to be in the square. You
In
have
the
to
box?
change over in the box. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, it can actually be a penalty.
So each team has their own box, is that
Yeah,
right?
so see just in front of the little opening, there's these boxes painted on the...
Yes.
You must change in the box, yeah.
Yes, I can see that from 630 metres.
Oh, come on, old fella.
Ouch, that hurts, but true. The ball goes down long, and brilliant work there by the captain. Grant gets her hands on that one.
I think they are missing... Like, Bloomfield's doing a really great job out there, but she's not taking on the body of Grant as much as she probably needs to. Grant is a really physical player, and the way you beat that is actually to take it on.
So welcome back, Rebecca Rounds.
From Rounds.
They're going to surge home now. It's 33-16, margin 17. It was just 6, so they're winning the quarter by 11 here, the Bull Sharks.
But a lovely intercept there for the Rays. Puts them...
I think that's Philp. And unfortunately can't be held in there.
Bit of adrenaline, bit of a rush of blood to the head to throw a ball like that.
Irvin fires it across. Another one of these products from the coast. Contact, and a cuddle.
There.
So the contact and huddle on Ridley.
Sweet and sour. Lovely ball in. Great hold again there.
We've missed you. So welcome back to commentary, Lucy Benjamin. So the ball back with the Rays now. And a long ball here gets picked off. No, Grant gets some fingers to it.
They're setting up the Bull Sharks are setting up just a bit of a defensive box across the middle of their attacking third, and they've got so much speed and so many long arms in there. It's way too easy for them to pick off those floaty balls through that space. Oh,
Rounds can't pull it in, so they're playing like, is it the Kiwi zone that's famous by the Kiwis?
But less structured. They're just kind of hanging off the top of that circle and waiting for an opportunity.
Oh, that one had a bit of heat on it, and even the speed of Ava Black can't pull it in. And it crashes into the HART Sport sign. Of course, HART, our major sponsors. And the ball now with the Rays.
Nice drive there from Bloomfield. See Sinead Grant just hanging off that edge of that circle. Can have a crack at any ball going into Beck, but then
like
a crack at this ball as well. Yeah.
So, we've got an ankle. Oh, looks like Nandama's gone down. She's grabbed the left ankle. She bounces back up. There's a clash of bodies there between Ridley, Grant, and Nadamu. And she doesn't seem to be okay. No problems.
No, probably just a bit of a stinger. She'll probably walk it off, see how she goes.
A brilliant Millsy shuffle there by Rin.
Yeah.
Do like that play.
Smart play when you need a close shot.
Rin, is she doing too much work? Like she's getting every second part.
Bloomfield, Rin's off.
At GA?
At GA, yeah, that's not Rin.
That's not now? They've swapped?
They've swapped them.
Oh, how do they do that? Is she doing too much work though? She's touching every second ball?
Yes and no. I think at the moment she's... While Grant's hanging deep, she can do that work outside of the circle. She can be a relatively safe option. But at the same time, because Beck Rounds is being double teamed, she also needs to get into the circle to be an option. We'll call that a pass.
That was a pass.
Call,
I think
that a pass, yeah.
She just let the fingers roll around the top of the ball and it dropped down. So Rounds gets another one. Margin back to 17, 35-18, minute 30 in this one. The quarter's gone, but the match is still alive. And, loose pass here, but contact.
The last few minutes of possession of the ball really has been that of the Rays. They've really got a number of turnovers. They've controlled it well, but they just haven't finished them all off. They've stopped the run, though, of the Bull Sharks.
So
Not without giving away a considerable lead, though.
The Rays are making it hard here, aren't they?
They are. They've gone back. They found that extra defensive pressure. They're making it really tricky in that circle, which is probably what they needed to do for the first, 10 minutes of this quarter.
The match just got away from them in that probably first 7 or 8 minutes.
And that timeout probably needed to be called a little bit earlier to stop that momentum.
Break the momentum.
Yeah, there was nothing really breaking it.
So 36-18, margin 18.
Great centre pass play there. Nadamu moving fine on that ankle, it appears. So hopefully she can play the rest of the game.
And here comes a shot, and it misses. So away we go. They go long this time. Ava Black right on the centre circle. And there she is again. Not many players could have got there. Oh, we've got a penalty pass to Fennell. She steps in, the left-hand shot, and scores just in time. So it could be the last play of the quarter. Oh, we've called time. Oh, that's nasty with 2.8. Also just, the Bull Sharks don't take it. They just have to hold it. Literally hold it. And there it is. 2.8 on the clock. She played smart there, Ava Black. So that's 18-5 quarter. So
not much you can do against that, is there?
That's a lot of goals and not a lot of goals being scored, but they threw everything at them there, Rays. Particularly came back late in that quarter, increased the defensive pressure. But, yeah, what do you say?
Yeah, it's a bit tough. Again, you know, you need to have probably someone on court to step up and break that momentum when your opposition is running away with the score the way that they were, and easily bringing it out into double figures when you were in with a crack at it. You know, the Rays showed us in that second quarter that they could have a go in this competition, and it's the consistency that's going to get them going.
That second quarter, they could have won, like they only won it by 2, but they created enough turnover to win it by 12.
Yes, 100%. And even in that quarter, to be fair, like apart from that first probably 5 minutes where the Bull Sharks were just scoring, they then started to generate turnovers that they just weren't capitalising on.
So don't forget, tomorrow Firebirds take on the Thunderbirds from Adelaide. They'll be that should be quite a good match. Firebirds had it all but one last week, and until the damn Swifts stole it from them.
It was an excellent game.
They stole it. They pinched it.
Absolute
revenge for all those finals we beat them in. But anyway, be that as it may, get on the Firebirds website for your tickets. And what you do is you get a ticket to that one. You get a ticket to our main game tomorrow, which is Tigers versus the QUT Netball. That is the Courier Mail match of the round. If you can't be here live, you have to get on the Courier Mail platform and watch the game there. Just sign up for a subscription. So that should be great. Bring mum down. There'll be lots of mums here. It's a great Mother's Day present, and we hope to see you here tomorrow. So let's look at the shooting stats. Collins, who hasn't come back, she's still 9 from 9 in the first quarter. We didn't see Jordan McKenzie in that one. It was all Fennell, 8 out of 10, and Sandholt has hit 17 out of 19 for the half of netball that she's been on. Up the other end, it's Mockery looks like is shooting. Yeah, we got that wrong. Sorry. So Mockery is shooting. We were calling someone else. We were calling Bloomfield that. My apologies. So Miriam Mockery is in at GA. Ticketow's 2 from 2, Mockery 1 from 2, and Rin is 5 from 9, and Rounds is 10 from 12 for the match. So Rounds at 83%. The volume of 12 is a little bit low, so if they can just get it 2 or more, like, there's a very good consistent shooter there.
Yeah, and Becca's always been a very solid shooter. Like, her accuracy has never been a problem. She's so strong in the air and so strong in her hold. She's just got to create and protect that space a little bit more to make it easier for those feeders to find her. So
it looks like it's going to be Rounds and Ticketow to get us back underway for the Rays. Judging by the on screen, that's Ticketow at GAB, I think.
Looks like it there, yes.
Maybe Gilbert's coming. No, Gilbert's not coming on. She hasn't seen much court tonight for the Bull Sharks. So they're staying, looks like they're unchanged. Yeah, the Bull Sharks are unchanged.
And why would you change it? I guess that quarter was
well, they won 18-5.
Was so effective. You know, it'd be silly to make a change when they were so strong in that. Yeah, great work from Sandholt there to get up and get her own rebound.
Sandholt has impressed me. This is the first time any of us have seen her. It's a debut game, and she's been very impressive. So Ticketow at GA gets that one, 38-18. So let's see what they can do in the last quarter here, the Rays. Long ball in, Rounds. She's the key. If she could post up and they could find her a little easier. She's on now. Oh, hell ball.
Hell ball, yeah. There's
just a little bit slow on the release. So Ridley with it. Ridley started at centre, now playing wing defence. That's her more customary position.
Yes, definitely. She's moved up from Victoria.
I want to say correct? Yes. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll just smile.
I believe, and that's mostly just from me, social media and seeing people tagging her and that kind of thing. But
bit of Facebook stalking there by Lucinda Benjamin.
No, I'm not that good at stalking. I just casually observe things.
Casual stalker. Good to know. So just enough not to get charged.
Exactly.
So the ball.
So great work there. Tiki Tau driving in front, just got their eyes dropped enough to deliver that ball into Beck, who finishes off a
Bit of distance on that shot.
Yeah, mid-range to longish distance.
Probably,
it wasn't a super shot yet. But,
probably about her, like maximum of her length. Oh, that would have been a magical pass through traffic. So 38-19. It's 1-1 this quarter. Let's see if the Rays can get some more competition points.
We'll see if my scoring end conspiracy is...
Ah, yes. That's right. The grassy knoll theory. So, and there's another
is
shot.
the grassy knoll the scoring end or the non-scoring end, do you reckon?
I reckon it'd be the scoring end.
Yeah.
So you don't believe man learned it on the moon either, do you? So those footprints aren't real.
Bush did 9/11. All that.
Oh, no, we're not going there. So, COVID's man-made.
God.
So it falls to
to
rounds. She shoots and misses.
Gets another shot at it, though. There was a bit of
obstruction.
Hands in
Some
there.
serious knee bandaging. It seems like it's more. She's coming back, I know.
Yeah, I know. She's had consistent knee issues over the last few years and it's been in and out of playing, so hopefully they can hold it together.
39-20, it's a margin of 19. And, is that which ball, where's it going to go? It's called a possession call. No, it's out of play. So Fennell throws to Black, who tracks it down.
Fielder's doing a really great job in there, just like a bit of a bulldog there, just having an absolute go at everything. That was really great space created by Sandholt and finished off well.
And there's another goal to this very impressive young player, Sandholt. Loose pass here, and Irvin will eat that for breakfast. So, speaking of impressive players, Irvin is one of those.
I watched, I came and watched the first game of the season, the Jets versus Bull Sharks, and was absolutely blown away by Irvin. She did a really excellent job on Charlie Bell, which is no easy task. So, yeah, she's definitely one to watch here.
I think they only scored, I'm trying to do this from memory, maybe only 42 goals in the first game, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was low scoring for the
scoring,
Jets.
Yes.
Yeah, with their shooting and with, well, not that you're there anymore, but Bell and Beryl Friday and Lily Cubby.
Yeah.
So here's a turnover. It goes back to the Bull Sharks. Nice drive there. The give and go, Black through Ridley.
Much smarter play here from the Bull Sharks as well. They've stopped kind of forcing those balls in that Elliott and Cooper were getting hands on, and they've started faking, having a little bit more patience, waiting for those second and third options to open up in that circle.
So the ball with the Wildcats. Sorry, with the Wildcats. With the Rays. That was the last game. So Rays with it. And they're going to get us going again. Oh, contact here. Oh, Cassidy might have got a little falcon there.
Yeah, a little bit. Little elbow in the noggin.
Elbow. So Tikatau passes off beautifully.
Great pass and great space there from Rounds.
Rounds misses, but she'll get her own rebound. So 21-42. Bull Sharks doing it easy at the moment. And the quarter time margin was 19. It's now 21. So they're winning by 2 here, the Bull Sharks. Now
great strength
3.
in the air again there from Sandholt, and good vision in from Riley Burns to just deliver that nice and easily and have faith that she's going to pull it in nice and strong. Oh, and talking about pulling in a ball nice and strong, that's really what needed to happen there. You know, you're thinking about the next option before you've got the ball in your possession, and you're never really going to pull it in strongly if you're doing that.
So this young shooter, what do we make of this? Like, you know, Casey Collins, 9 from 9, did nothing wrong.
No.
Can't get back out in the court at the moment.
No, it's a bit tough, isn't it?
Yeah, like Sandholt's come out and just said, well, thank you for the opportunity, and I'm going to keep it. Like, she's been very impressive, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. And she's grown, as we said, you know, that first few minutes she came on, she was a little bit soft, a little bit nervous, I would say, missed a shot or two, but then has really come into her own. She's settled in, and that's probably also a bit to do with, you know, the girls around her, Ava Black and Riley Burns and Fennell, you know, chatting to her, helping her, keeping her head in the game.
Indeed.
And
so
her confidence is just booming.
a
and
tumble
even
there. And there it is. Fennell does
smart play there from Fennell to just play it on while everyone's a little bit distracted with the call.
I like Fennell. She does a lot of good things. You know, there's been some really good quarters play by the Bull Sharks, and it's had a lot to do with when Fennell's really been on fire.
She's a bit, she, like, again, similar to McKeely is a bit underrated. You know, she's not this big flashy goal attack going out and getting every second ball and shooting long bombs, but she's smart, she's settled, she's communicating well, she's opening good space, and in a goal attack, that's what you want. That's better than a big flashy GA.
There's a great pass. Unfortunately, the shot's missed, but it falls back to Tikatau.
Oh.
She misses as well. So the ball's still with the Rays, 45-21. So nice passage of play. They just need to put the cherry on top. Oh, hello.
Oh, smart play there from Tikatau.
Tikatau off the post to herself. Margin now 23, 8:10 to play. Lucy B, that was pretty impressive there by Tikatau.
Yeah, I'm always genuinely impressed when people do that, because I would 100% throw the ball out of court if I did it.
At least you're honest. So, it looks good. I always say it looks good when it comes off, but when you do stuff it up,
oh,
it's,
imagine it would be so embarrassing.
Coach has every right to have a chat. So 7:49 to play, and this is our third game. The big one tomorrow, the match of the round, is the Courier Mail game. Tigers and QUT Netball. Log on if you're not coming out to see the Firebirds. Log on to the Courier Mail site to watch that one live. Still think you should all bring your mothers to the game tomorrow.
Yes, yeah, ignore what I said about my mum. Take your mum. I just won't bring mine.
So, fair call. So, I've never met your mum. Met your sister. I haven't met your
really?
mum. Met
Funny.
Pete.
There you go.
So there you go. Seems we only see each other at netball.
Yeah, that's probably why you haven't met my mum.
It's clear your mum hates netball. So here we go. Another incredible take there from Elsa Sandlot. Write the name down, because she is doing a sterling job. She replaced Casey Collins at quarter time, who we thought was probably player of the game at that stage.
Yeah, she was really composed in that circle.
Coach Peterson, who obviously knows a lot more than we do, said, no, we'll make the change.
And they also had the faith, you know, like I said, when she was a bit soft when she came on, and, and took her, and they gave her that, they had that faith in her, let her settle in, and look at what she's done.
That's how you know you've got a good coach.
Yes.
You know, like a lot of coaches will hit the panic button, you know, off you come, we'll talk about it. But no, she just left her out there and obviously knew her player better than anyone.
And arguably this is really, a player like that is really what the Bull Sharks need in this competition. That's where their attack end is where they struggled last year.
Yeah.
You know, you've got Irvin, you've got Gilbert, you've got Grant. You got Ridley in that defensive centre court.
Yeah.
Ava Black and Riley Burns, arguably two of the strongest players coming through the game at the moment. Yeah. They lacked an anchor in that shooting end, and Elsa could possibly be that player that really helps them out this season.
You are 100% correct. Like, they played some great netball last year, just couldn't finish the shots off, you know, and that's no criticism of their shooters. It just didn't work for them last year.
No.
And yeah, you're right. This could be the target that they've needed. So. Like you think of all the good teams, they've all got a really good shooter. Yeah. You know, like a Charlie Bell, you know, Holland, or it's just the way it is.
Yeah. So, well, if you can't shoot goals, then you're not going to win games.
Vinny and Hunt up at the thing with Annabelle Laurie. You know,
it is what it is.
Yeah, the top four sides have all got great shooters. So this is we might have discovered a bit of a jewel in the crown here for the Bull Sharks.
And it's just tough for the Rays that they've done it in a game against them, where, you know, they probably came out.
Could have done it against the Cougars.
Yeah, exactly. They possibly flew down here today saying we could really have a crack at this. You know, here's our chance to not be bottom of the table. Unfortunately, they will fly home a little bit disappointed, but they shouldn't be too disappointed. They showed in that second quarter what they can put out on court here.
So assuming the Bull Sharks win this quarter, they'll pick up 16 competition points, and if my maths is correct, they'll go to 22, which will put them ahead of the Tigers, so they'll go into 6th place. Tigers have got a game in hand. They take the QUT netball on tomorrow. Depending how that game pans out, that could see the Bull Sharks sitting at 6th. 4th place now will be most likely, it's hard to say because the QUT haven't played and the Thunder lost tonight. So yeah, 4th place will still probably be the Jets maybe. So we'll just see when the the table gets updated tomorrow night.
It's always hard in these first few rounds when everyone hasn't played everyone.
It's chopping and changing.
Exactly.
So.
Great strength there. The Bull Sharks just continue to pull this lead out. The Rays have had a few opportunities, but you can see that they're just flagging a little bit in this game. Probably a little bit of fatigue now. They haven't, even defensively, haven't been pulling in those balls as strongly as they had been previously, and the Sharks are capitalising on it.
So the Bull Sharks are leading it by 9 this quarter, so they're doing a great job.
Great tip, good effort there.
The Dahomey tried hard. So Ridley's been good tonight.
Oh, that must be Bloomfield there, I believe, in wing defence, who's come on. for the Rays, maybe.
I've miscalled them all year.
I feel terrible.
We've
I'm
done some
sorry.
games.
They're going to watch this back and hate us, but
They've when we do Townsville games, we obviously are at Cooperoo in the studio, and we're doing it off a screen, 32-inch screen, and it's just sometimes a little bit difficult. And thankfully, the supporting public up there have been great, and they've been sending down the names and all that sort of stuff. So Casey Collins definitely moving up. There you go. So Casey Collins fans, indeed, we're big fans as well. So, and she doesn't mind some hair dye.
No.
So,
great shot there from Fennell. Just smart play as well, feeding herself into that circle. Another shot to the Bull Sharks, pulling that lead out to 30.
It's a bit unfair on the Rays because they were, like, half-time, it was 6.
Yeah.
19-13. They've only scored 10 in the second half.
So that's a, what are we saying, 24-goal lead in half of netball. Yeah. And a lot of that is really, well, there's a number of factors, a big one being Sandholt in goal shooter for the Sharks.
If you recall, at half-time we said, yep, they got off to a 6-1 start, and since that 6-1 start, it's been 13-12.
Yes.
And then, and then it's been, all second half has been all Bull Sharks. Their experience in their, speed has just come through. It looks like Burns has hurt herself there. She's grimacing a little bit. She's grimacing a lot, actually.
Got to get someone with a bib on ready to...
trying to run it off. So, and there's another shot. Elsa Sandholt, that is sensational play. So it continues to start a little slowly. She has just come on like a house on fire. So Gilbert's at GD. So hasn't had as much court time as she did last year. She made her way into the starting side last year, gone back to the bench for this year.
I think the injection of Irvin into that defensive end, into that goalkeeper role, has therefore pushed Grant out into that goal defence, and that all kind of shuffles down the court.
This is nice transition play. I'm sorry to cut you off there. This is great transition play here by the Rays.
They've struggled with that a little bit tonight. They would hesitate on a pass, and then suddenly everyone's out of position. But they have had some really nice moments here.
So we've called time with 1:40 to play. So Tikatau, take it back. And there's this whistle, and we're going again. So Tikatau with it now.
Unable to finish it off. Can't take that rebound.
So Gilbert
long arms of Grant will take that all day. Great vision there into Black. And 2-on-1. Sandholt just pulls it in. Casual as anything.
Pulled it in and pirouetted. Like, caught it and spun in the air while she was catching it. So
why
she's
not?
facing the ring.
If you can.
Yeah. I'd be dizzy. But
there we go.
And does it again. So brilliant play by her.
They're giving her a little bit too much space, which she's obviously relishing. I think she struggled with the really hard physical one-on-one contest that Cooper was giving her when she was on. And now that she's got a little bit more room to roam, she's really taking advantage of it.
So, indeed. So
this is getting just a bit scrappy now, this last minute of the game.
So the Bull Sharks will get their first win of the season. So they'll be pleased. They've driven up from the coast. They come here to the home of netball. And unfortunately, she's out of play there. So this is a good boost for them. So they'll be very happy with that. Next week, the Bull Sharks are taking on the Wildcats. Another winnable game for them. Wildcats, though, are an improving side. And the Mendi Rays, next Saturday night at 7 p.m, they're back home. They'll be taking on the Tigers in another winnable game for them. So that should be a good battle. Those two games, the Bull Sharks versus Wildcats and the Mendi Rays versus the Tigers, should be a good battle.
Very good games.
Actually, it's a great round of netball. Have you looked at round 5? We've also got the Thunder taking on the Cougars. So that'll be probably third versus first. And you've got the Rays, the Jets taking on QC netball. And that could be like second versus fourth or something like that.
There you go.
So it's a great weekend of netball. So a 30-goal margin to the Bull Sharks gives them the first win of the season. They won the last quarter by a fair margin. It was 19 at the break. It's now 30, so they've won it by 11. So they've won the first, the third, and the fourth. That gets them 16 competition points. But the Rays, 9-7 in the second. They've got the ability. They just need to be a little bit more consistent. Lucy Benjamin, what are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, obviously a little bit frustrating for the Rays there. Bull Sharks came out strong and then faded a little bit, gave the Rays an opportunity to come in, and they probably were a little bit hopeful that this game was going to be a bit closer than their previous ones, but unfortunately just let it run away from them in that last half.
So your best for the Rays would be?
Ooh, it's hard to go past Cassidy. She is an absolute workhorse in that mid-court. Really patient, really smart. Her speed matches that of Ava Black. I also really liked Bella Rin's game. It looks like she's coming on with a bit of ankle strapping, so maybe that's why she didn't come back on in that second half. But I did like what Bella Rin was doing and how she was working around the circle as well.
I thought Chloe Cooper did a pretty good job. She had a tough job on Casey Collins, and then she took on the new superstar Elsa Sandholt. So she did a pretty good job there. But and for the Bond University Bull Sharks, what are your thoughts on them?
Well, as we've said, it's hard to go past Elsa Sandholt and how well she came into this game gradually. She's definitely a massive player for the Bull Sharks, and I'm sure we'll see a lot more of her this season. And again, as I mentioned earlier, that first round that I watched and I was absolutely blown away by Irvin was again this game, blown away by just her tenacity, her ability to get to ball cleanly, to get her arms in, to read the play and to pull it in strong. It's very impressive.
Indeed. So the Rays all got out there, including Tiana Bloomfeld. She's made her debut, and she's a local entrepreneur. She owns a treat business.
I want to know what it's. I want to know what
We're going
it's
to find
called.
out. We'll have that for you next
We did
week.
try and look, but we'll find out.
We'll find out for you next week. So that wraps up the games here. We've had 3 today. The Jets over the Thunder, the Cougars over the Wildcats, and in this last one, the Bull Sharks 54 over the Mendi Rays 25. It concludes today, but don't forget, we've got a bit of bookkeeping to do. Tomorrow, the big one, Firebirds are playing. They're at 3, but at 12:40, it's the Courier Mail Match of the Round. Jump on the Firebirds website to get tickets, and you get a free ticket to the HART Sapphire Series. When you do, type in the code HSS2021, and that will get you tickets to the game at a discounted rate. So we hope to see you there tomorrow, Lucy. No, not coming. Going to Mother's Day instead.
Sorry.
Fair enough.
Sorry, Mummy comes first.
So thank you very much for coming, and we appreciate it. We'll be seeing you a lot more in the commentary box. I've seen the schedule. You're on there for a few games,
I am,
which
apparently.
is great. We appreciate that. Thank you for your time. My name's Dave Mills. Just want to take this opportunity to thank all the sponsors: HART Sports, Legassic Jewelers, Mizuno, Mount Franklin, Powerade, Bondi Vite, Strap It, and of course our broadcasting partner, Double Take Sport, the best in the business. That wraps it up. Anything else to say? Well done.
No, thanks for having me. It's
Bye
good
for
to be
now.
back.
And as always, be brilliant, Brisbane.